Hi, my name is Marianne Tagle, and I will be discussing the Corn Products International Report of 2010 second quarter results. Corn Products International is a leading worldwide provider of agriculture-derived ingredient solutions to a broad range of industries and customers. For more than a century, the people of corn products have been focused in developing ingredients customers need to bring their products to market. Today, the company is a leading global provider of dextrose, starches, glucose, syrups, and other ingredients found in nearly thousands of products. The company turns sugar and other raw materials into ingredients used by some 60 diverse industries, including food, beverage, pharmaceutical, health, personal care, paper, textile, animal health, and nutrition. Headquartered in Westchester, Illinois, the company employs some 8,100 people at 28 facilities in 13 countries, all of whom are dedicated to provide value-added ingredients needed by a growing world. Corn Products International Incorporated, as a leading global provider of agriculture-derived ingredients for diversified markets, reported 2010 second quarter net income of $37 million, compared to net loss of $85 million in the same period last year. The second quarter 2010 results include an $18 million charge from the impairment of the company's plant in Lele, Chile, and an aftercharge of $3 million related to the pending National Starch acquisition. The second quarter 2009 results include after-tax impairment and restructuring charges of $110 million with a negative EPS impact of $1.47. Excluding the National Starch acquisition costs and impairments and restructuring charges, second quarter 2010 adjustment EPS was 0.75, a 121% improvement over the second quarter 2009 adjusted EPS of 34. Diluted weighted average shares outstanding in the second quarter of 2010 were 76 million, up from a 74.8 million in the same quarter last year. Irene Gordon, Chairman, President, and CEO, is pleased with the report of a very good quarter. The strong volume recovery across all regions in North America have continued to see strong demand from the beverage industry in Mexico. In South America, volume growth has led customers in the brewing, processed foods, and packaging industries. Volume improvement in Asia, Africa was led by customer demand for sweeteners and starches in South Korea and textile industries in Pakistan. Net sales of $1 billion in the second quarter of 2010 increased 10% versus $912 million in the prior year period. The primary contributors to growth in net sales were a positive $143 million from higher volumes and a positive $144 million from stronger foreign currencies, partially offset by a negative $96 million from lower price mix. The price mix decline was largely attributed to North America and reflected the normal correlation between lower corn costs and corresponding decline in selling prices. Second quarter 2010 gross profit of $164 million improved 47% versus $112 million a year ago. The gross margin of 16.3% compared favorably to 12.2% last year. The improvement in gross profit was attributed to cost improvement due to higher utilization rates, lower unit costs with corn, cost reduction programs, and strong foreign currencies. Operating expenses in the second quarter were $73 million, including $4 million of costs related to the pending acquisition of National Starch. Excluding the National Starch acquisition costs, operating expenses were $69 million, or 6.9% of net sales versus $61 million, or 6.7% of net sales last year. The increase in operating expenses reflects a return to more historical run rates, the impact of stronger currencies, and higher costs. Operating income for the second quarter of 2010 was $77 million versus an operating loss of $73 million last year. Second quarter 2010 results include an asset impairment charge for the company's plant in Chile. The Lele plant suffered damage during a major earthquake that occurred in Chile on February 27, 2010. After receiving a completed engineering report in the second quarter, the company recorded an impairment charge of $18 million. Excluding the impairment charge and $4 million of costs relating to the pending National Start acquisition, second quarter 2010 adjusted operating income was $99 million, a 90% improvement compared to $52 million last year, excluding $125 million in impairment and restructuring charges. Net financing costs in the second quarter of 2010 were $7 million versus $11 million last year, down $4 million on a combination of lower debt, higher cash balances, and a positive $2.5 million swing in foreign exchange. The second quarter 2010 tax rate was 44.3% versus 1.1% last year, reflecting the impact of the impairment charge in 2010. The 2009 impairment and restructuring charges and National Start acquisition-related costs, along with the changes in earnings mix and discrete items. The North American business segment performances that resulted from this quarter ended June 30, 2010 were as follows. North America, net sales of $583 million were the flat against last year as a higher volume of $83 million and a $12 million positive impact from a stronger Canadian dollar were offset by a lower price mix of $97 million. In South America, net sales of $287 million increased 26% compared with $228 million a year ago. In Asia and Africa, net sales of $134 million increased 35% versus $99 million last year. The balance sheet and cash flow as of June 30, 2010 reports a total debt and cash equivalents were $599 million and $326 million respectively versus $544 million and $175 million respectively at year-end 2009. Cash provided from operations in the first half of 2010 was $185 million. Capital expenditures net of proceeds on disposals were $56 million. Cash provided by financing activities were $24 million. The change in cash and cash equivalents for the 6 months ended June 30, 2010 was $151 million. Corn Products International is a wholly owned business, affiliates, and joint ventures. In 2009, Corn Products International reported net sales of $3.6 billion. For more information, be found on their website at www.cornproducts.com. Thank you.